Welcome back to Houston Life. Do you have visible signs of aging that may be stressing you out? Yes, I have these conversations with myself all the time, from fine lines to wrinkles, even the dreaded crow's feet.
It's true. A lot of us have them, but if you are looking to turn back the hands of time, maybe it's time to consider Injectables. Owner of Amici Aesthetics, Margaret Goebel, welcome to the show. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Okay, Injectables, just the word alone, it freaks people out.
Yes.
And you were saying before our segment just now that people always have two questions for you, or two fears. Tell me what those are.
So the two fears that I hear most with Injectables are, I don't want to spend $10,000, and I don't want to look like I've been injected. I don't want to look fake. No duck lips, no crazy cheeks.
That is the number one concern, and I think, you know, how do we avoid that?
It's technique. It's technique, it's knowing your injector, it's explaining your expectations, and using a multitude of different products. So when we look at the before and after pictures I brought today, you'll see in some clients I used one product versus another product, and it has to do with their facial structure and what I'm trying to accomplish.
And let's take a look at some of those photos, because I think that's very interesting, and I think people also want to see the work that you've done, right? Because they want to go to somebody, this is incredible. This patient, the after is unbelievable. She looks way younger.
And some of it you can't see because her eyes are blotted out. So starting from the top, the first thing we did was some Botox in her upper face, as well as an off-label use under her eyebrow. It gives her upper lids a bit of a lift and helps her eyes look more open. Working the way down, we used Radiesse in her cheeks. And I used Radiesse in her cheeks because it's a very moldable, it's a thick product, and it creates some lift. And it's also helped smooth out where she had some lines here. I also used it up in her tear troughs, another off-label use of that product. I did not fill her nasolabial folds, and that's the space from her nose to her mouth.
Or the smile lines.
The smile lines. I didn't fill them, and you can see how much better they look.
They really do.
It's because I filled where she lost volume, as opposed to chasing the lines.
And what about this patient? What did you do
So this
here?
client wanted a very conservative approach. She didn't want to look like she had done anything. She didn't want to use a lot of fillers. So if you look from the before to the after, her face just looks lifted and refreshed. I used, in this picture, one syringe of filler in her cheek. Again, in this client, we used Radiesse. It helped that crease you see in her cheek is called a malar crease. It helped fill that, and it lifted her nasolabial fold. So if you look from the before to the after, her mouth isn't as turned down, her nasolabial folds aren't as deep. I did not put filler there. All I did was lift her from above, from the upper part of her face.
And I think that's the thing, is that most people automatically assume it's either Botox or a type of filler, and you have to do both, and it's a combo, but you're really taking time with each patient to say, you don't necessarily have to do a full face.
Correct. Correct. It depends where your concern is. One of the things I see injectors do a lot, which I feel is a mistake, is to chase folds. So nasolabial folds aren't a place where somebody's lost volume. It's a place where the face is folded. The volume loss is higher. And so you really need to start where the patient has lost their volume in order to lift it, and then approach the fold.
So what you're saying is most people would just go for the injections right in here, even though the injections above in those before and after photos you've been showing us, that's really what's making the difference.
Correct. So this client, believe it or not, is the parent of one of my other clients. She's a beautiful woman. Just wanted to look a little bit refreshed. Again, very little filler in this client in her nasolabial folds. I did place a tiny bit. Most of her filler is in her temples, and we used Juvederm Ultra in her Ultra Plus in her temples. And then in her cheeks, we used Juvederm Voluma. And that created the lift that helped her lower face. She also has filler in her lips. Very subtle filler. She's an older woman. She didn't want to look like she had 25-year-old lips.
Yeah.
So this client, she's been a client of mine for some time. Her biggest concern was her lower face, where she had a lot of folds and crinkles. She does not have filler in her lower face. What we used were small increments of Botox around her upper lip and in her lower face to soften the creasing.
It is amazing how the lower part of the face contributes so much to just the overall look of.
And that's an off-label use for Botox and CMN.
And what's sort of the longevity of these type of fillers too?
Yeah, that's a good question. Everybody asks that. It really depends.
Okay.
So in upper face where you're not moving, like temples, lasts a good year, if not longer.
Okay.
Oh.
Cheeks as well, lasts a good year, if not longer. Allergan has a new product out that's FDA approved to last for 18 months, so even more than a year. In the lips, where we talk and we move a lot, it doesn't last quite as long.
Okay.
We're looking at more like 6 months.
And also, I know we've been chatting all about injectables today, but you guys have a family-owned med spa down in Friendswood.
Correct.
You guys do everything.
We do a little
right?
of everything, yes.
So we're seeing some video right now of your facility. You guys do body contouring, fat and cellulite reduction, tattoo removal. Courtney could use that, right?
If I had one.
If you had one. Just kidding.
And then cool sculpting coming soon.
Yes, yes. In the next few weeks, we'll have cool sculpting.
Just in time for that swimsuit season, for
Correct.
sure.
And by the way, I hear you're just about to defend your doctorate thesis.
I am in a couple weeks.
That is
Yes, from
awesome.
Texas Women's University.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we're-
It's been a busy year.
I'm sure. Yes, it has. And let's talk about the special offer that you have for our viewers.
So right now, if you come in and buy any 2 fillers, you'll get $100 off. Buy any 3 fillers, get $200 off. And you'll have to call us to get our cool sculpting offers.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Margaret Goebel. Good luck with your
you.
doctorate thesis. That's great.
I know.
Thank you.
And I know that we've enticed a lot of people out there. So to take advantage of the special offers, the number there is on your screen, 832-206-4418, or you can log on to amicilaser.com.
All right, Margaret, thanks again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And stick around. There's much more Houston Life coming up right after this.
My buddies and I have been boiling